Hello watch fam and watch enthusiasts, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a review on Laurier watches. As a company and as a buyer and an owner of Laurier watches, I can tell you my experience with them. Before I get into that, I already took the liberty to pour myself a glass of scotch. You can do the same thing, and I'm going to raise my glass to all you watch people who still wear a watch on your hand instead of looking at the time on your phone. So here's to you. Before we get into these watches and my history with Laurier Company, I'll give you a quick wrist check here. This is, you see from the lovely dome, this is a Seiko vintage sub, it's called. I have a video on this. This was made by a gentleman. It's a one-man kind of deal watch, one-off, whatever you want to call it, and it has beautiful patina. And I'll put a link. You can watch all about this, get info all about this watch. I'll put a link up top. I also have my Vostok. I just did a video on this 2-3 weeks ago, maybe. About 2 weeks. And I talk all about this watch and why I purchased it and how much I like it. And I'll put a link. You can watch all the info about this watch. And I have my Atlantic Worldmaster automatic with this beautiful dial. Yep, I have a video on this one too. I'll put a link. You can watch it if you're interested. So why did I want to do this video? Obviously there's videos about Laurier watches on YouTube, but I want to do one with just how I purchased my first watch, my dealings with them, and how are they as a company, and how responsive they are to the buyers, to not just the buyers of buying the watch, but the after issues you might have. You might want to contact the company. So this is for a person who's looking to buy a Laurier watch but thinks, okay, well, what happens if this breaks down? Do I send an email and I don't hear nothing for a month, or do I call and sit on hold for 5 hours, or do I get transferred to a call center where they don't have no idea what I'm talking about? So I'm going to tell you everything I've experienced with this company. So I'm going to start with the beginning. Maybe 2 years ago or so, a good friend of mine got a Laurier Hydra, the original Hydra. Beautiful watch, beautiful distortion. I have a video on that. If you're interested, you can scroll through my videos. Take a drink to Hydra. It's a beautiful watch. So I first purchased this Laurier Neptune. Laurier Neptune was their first watch, and perhaps to some extent the most appreciated, I would say, because when they hit the market with this watch, all the watch enthusiasts, doesn't matter if you like micro brands or not, or if you like Omegas, or if you like Rolex, watch enthusiasts like this watch. They all can appreciate the lovely distortion that this plexiglass gives you, and really nice bezel action. And I can't seem to find 12 o'clock. Maybe it's too much scotch in my system. I think I got it. Aluminum inserts, beautiful hands, beautiful lume, a lovely big crown, very vintage, and a really nice case. So I first purchased this watch. I was in love with it. I still am in love with this watch. I wear it all the time. I actually wore it today. So very vintage look. The hands kind of bring you to a Omega, Omega Seamaster, the first models of Omegas. and the Indian Seas maybe bring it to a Rolex like the first Submariners. So it's a mix of things. It doesn't exactly copy anything, as a whole watch. So it has a little bit of everything, and it has their own spin, and it looks absolutely stunning, this piece. So this is the first one I got. After that one, I got this beautiful Gemini. Now the Gemini is a totally different animal. Obviously it's a chronometer, and it's an all mechanical piece, and it looks absolutely stunning, this watch. Very vintage inspired, different from the divers, I would say. This has a bi-directional bezel movement, and I believe it only has 24 clicks. Yeah, so that one, obviously it's a diver, so that would have it's a modern, it has a 120 clicks diver bezel. Aluminum insert. This comes in blue. That also comes in blue. This does not come in the gilt design at all, but that's okay. I like it the way it is. Fully mechanical, like I said. They have beautiful bracelets, beautiful clasp, plenty of videos for that. Now, I want you to listen to this, because this is something you don't hear. When you press this button, just listen to it. That click, that sounds amazing. So Gemini is a beautiful piece. Fully mechanical, so you have to wind it every day. Gorgeous piece. And then I have the Hydra II. Now, this is a very different design from the Hydra I, and also from most divers these days. This is a super compressor design. So I'm going to close this quick. So this I fell in love with. This was sent to me by Laurier for me to do a review, and I really enjoyed this. I sent them an email. I said I want to keep this watch, and we worked it out, and there it is. It's here. That was mine. Now I don't do that, to other companies who send me stuff. I don't just call and say, hey, I want to keep your watch. But this, I just fell in love with this piece. Now all Lauriers come on this type of bracelet. I only keep the bracelet on the Gemini. I wear this on a NATO, and this I've been wearing it on this lovely Artem sailcloth. So the design of this is obviously very much inspired by old super compressed design watches, and it doesn't have a bezel that you can spin. It has a crown that you spin, and it's a gorgeous watch. I have a full review on this. I'll put a link. Now let me give you some information about this company. So I sent emails. Obviously, I didn't call at all Laurier to speak to anybody. And I've always got an answer from Lauren, who is the co-owner. Her and her husband, Lorenzo, own the company. So I was very impressed with how quick she responded to anything I had to ask. Especially when I waited for this for a while until it became available. And communication was always amazing. This lady is really good at what she does. You can tell she really cares for this company. It's not just for money. I understand people have a business to make money, but at the same time, you can see when somebody really pays attention to you and answers your questions. So I have no complaints at all. Now, I did have a problem with the watch, and it was with this watch. For some reason, I'm not sure what happened to this. The bezel got stuck at 12 o'clock. I could not move this bezel at all. And it even made the lume changed on it. It kind of changed color, so it's obviously something under the bezel. Now, I said to myself, I could easily pop this off, clean it, and put it back in. But, so you know what, let me just send Laura an email, see what she says. I sent her an email, we exchanged 2 emails. She said, you know what, I'm going to send you a FedEx return, send it to me, I'll have it back to you fixed in 3 to 4 or 5 days. And that's exactly what they did. I sent it in from where I live in Pennsylvania to New York. It's obviously close. So she probably got it the next day. So I had it back to my house fixed, and I'll say maybe 5 work days. Can't say that about other companies. I gotta be honest. Now, try to send a watch to, I don't know, an example, Rolex, and you're gonna be waiting, okay? It's obviously you can't compare Rolex to a micro brand. I mean, they're a huge company and they have a lot of watches to take care of, but the response was just amazing. There's really not that many companies that say, okay, I'll send you, mail a slip and you mail it to me, I'll fix it and you'll have it back in 5 days. Very rarely you see that kind of response from the owner of the company. So to me, that shows that these people really care for their products, really care for what they do. They're not in it just to, make a living, like, obviously business owners are in for profits. These people love what they do. They love watches. This was their whole idea, to make vintage expired watches. And I think they accomplished that. I gotta give it to them. They make really good products. Other issues. I am having a very small issue with this. I'm not sure if I'll send it back, but I'll think about it. This did not have any backplate. It has a little bit of backplate, but I don't want to be that anal, and send an email and say, hey, this has, a little backplate. It's really not a big deal. But I'll see how going forward if it gets any worse. So I'm going to show you a lume shot of these watches, because even though these are very much vintage expired, the lume is amazing. It's in BGW9. It's that beautiful blue. And we'll take a look at the lume and we'll go forward from there. I'll be right back. So there's lume shots. This is the beautiful Neptune, and it looks beautiful. You can't tell me that's not nice lume. Very, very nice. The pip is lit, and then you have the hour of all the indices, and you have even on a second. Beautiful lume. Hydra II. It looks very nice. Not as strong as Hydra I, but it still looks very, very nice. You can definitely see this watch. Even in the day, you get some of that day lume here and there. Now this has, obviously, is not a diver, so you don't need that crazy lume, but it has the hands, it has the pip, and it has very small every hour. It's sufficient. It's for this is just for you to see time, not to time your dive or anything like that. So you don't need anything else. It's beautiful. Look how nice that dial is. Now let's see if we can see a little distortion here. That's what these lovely plexiglass. Yeah, right there. Plexiglass distorts, obviously, the indices and the hands, but also the lume. Gorgeous. Same thing with this. This has a more of a dome. This, to me, this looks more like like a dress watch, and I treat it that way. And it's very, very nice. Very thin piece also. These are all very thin pieces. These are all with around 12 millimeters and not very thick. So let me give you some positives, some negatives of these watches. Very unique pieces. I've met very few people who know what these watches are. Most people look at them and they have no clue. No clue how to take them, what they are. They think they're just old watches. So that's a obviously it's a positive thing. Very good quality. These have good movements in them. They have Miyota movements now. Before they used to use NH35 movements. So Miyota movements are considerably better. Has a very nice sweep of the seconds. This beats at 28,800 beats per hour. Flows very, very nice. Very nice movement of the crowns. The crowns are very nice. Hackable, obviously. And the work is done on these watches extremely, extremely well. Very nice polishing. Maybe I should turn my light back on. That would help. That's it. My experience with them has been nothing but amazing. I don't really have any complaints about this company. They're not paying me or anything. I'm not a spokesperson or anything, or absolutely not. I have purchased their products, and they're very, very beautiful, and they're very nice, and I haven't had any issues as in movements issues. Serious problems. My little bezel action, that's nothing compared to a watch that stops working. So that's it for today. I'm going to raise my glass to you. If you had the patience to watch all this. I also have Warnikoff. Warnikoff is my straps that I like to wear. Amazing straps. $20 on Amazon. I'm not getting paid or anything by them. I just like to put this up because the owner, Victor, is a really nice guy. I talked to him, and very nice, cool guy. They also have other options. They have their nice logo here, and these adjust. Really nice. Really beautiful finishing. Absolutely amazing brushing on these. Yeah, that's it. These watches all look amazing on straps. Doesn't matter which one you get. This even looks absolutely insane on a black strap like this. So there's options there. You don't have to keep it all on stainless steel. Beautiful pieces. This is one of their straps they sell. Very vintagey, gorgeous. So if you like vintage watches, this brand offers you something that you're gonna enjoy. So that's all I got. Raise my glass to you and have yourself a good day. And subscribe if you like. Come back and watch more videos. Thank you. Have yourself a good day.